Another Ants on a Book video. Welcome to the Ant Corner. In this video I'll be connecting a small outworld from Best Ants UK to my camponotus herculeanus colony in a test tube. So I just start by adding this connecting part and connecting in a test tube full of honey water. So that's ready to go already. Adjusting the clips, make sure it's nice and tight in there. Next I test if the stone fits inside and roughly where I want to place it. So this is the stone I've chose, nice and flat, which will give me a nice surface area to feed them on. Which is mainly the reason I'm adding this outworld, is just to help with the feeding. As they're quite large, it's hard to feed them in the test tube. Right, so I'll put in a little bit of sand. Nice starting layer of sand to lay the rock onto. And then once I've got that positioned somewhere I like, I just put a little bit more sand in and around it, sort of fill it in and keep it in place. I'm not too worried if it goes all over the stone because I can brush that off in a second. I've already put the anti-climb barrier on it, so the sand is sticking to the sides a little bit, but I'll clean that up with a bit of cotton wool afterwards or later. Now I've got the stone fairly clear, you can see the feeding platform I've given them. They can walk straight out of this tube here, straight out onto the rock where I'm going to be placing the food. Right, so let's go attach it to the setup. This is the space I've selected. So they're in the cardboard box in their test tube at the moment. So I'm just going to line it up, work out roughly where the tube's going to go through the cardboard. I just pierced that with the end of my knife, move the outworld away, and then just expand that little hole into a bigger hole. If you're doing this, obviously be very careful because knives are sharp. So I just stuck it in and rotated it round and carved away until the hole was roughly the right size. Then it was just a matter of putting that outworld back into place, lining up that tube, pushing it through. And that's the extension tube coming from the outworld, going straight into the cardboard box now. And that will go from a vinyl tube straight to the test tube. So here's the test tube, and I've actually got a test tube adapter kit sent to me from the ant hut. These are really handy because they're perfect size to stick the 10mm tubing straight in. So now it's just a matter of popping this test tube adapter on the end of the test tube, which I'm doing now, and placing it back in the box under the heat cable attached to the vinyl tubing. Make sure that's nice and secure and in place. We don't want any escapees. And as always, when adding a new outworld, I like to give a piece of food on your chosen stone. So I've just added a piece of mealworm or a couple of small pieces of mealworm actually. As a little offering and a welcome gift. Now I'm just going to show you a quick glance of what I've got going inside the box, how it all looks, how it's set up, and how all the outworlds are connected to the outside. So as you can see, I've got 7 test tubes with a heat cable going over the top. Most are connected to small outworlds now. I've got 3 out here, 2 European fire ants and a herc now. And then inside the 2 small boxes are for Lazovic Nedger, and we've got a couple more smaller test tubes there, not connected up yet. Don't forget to like and subscribe, press that little bell icon and you'll get all my future updates of all my different ant colonies. See you later, ant fans.